Record. I'd like to welcome you all to our advanced tech training for today, Apps for Black History Month. Happy February 2026, and we're going to learn a lot today, so thank you all so much. The WildTech DC Senior Digital Inclusion Program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on info on any apps or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. We're going to be looking at some videos, fun facts, and more. We're going to be taking a look at 3 apps today, a sites travel app, a quiz app, and a bet you didn't know app. And we're going to, of course, have our overview and discussion. So we're going to first take a look at this article from history.com. And I thought it was just so interesting and really just laid out easily the groundwork and origins of Black history. So I'm going to utilize this picture for this first paragraph, and then we're going to watch a quick video, but here you go.
Black History Month is an annual celebration of achievements by African Americans and a time for recognizing their central role in U.S. history. Also known as African American History Month, the event grew out of Negro History Week, the brainchild of noted historian Carter G. Woodson and other prominent African Americans. Since 1976, every U.S. president has officially designated the month of February as Black History Month. Other countries around the world, including Canada and the United Kingdom, also devote a month to celebrating Black history. In the U.S., Black History Month 2026 marks 100 years since the first national observance of Black history.
100 years. Isn't that amazing, folks?
Yes.
This marks 100 years since the first national observance and recognition of Black History Week. So yes, 1926 to 26. But it's been a month for 50 years. So it's like double celebrations. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm. Did you see where they left a seat on the metro buses and trains? I would think it was yesterday for Rosa Parks.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was on the news, and I meant to mention it yesterday, but it's been kind of a crazy month. But anyway.
Okay. Well, again, thank you so much for sharing, and I appreciate that. At 12 o'clock, we're going to be looking at, again, Black history celebrations across the world. So yes, Canada and UK also have a Black History Month. Let's take a look at this video right here, a brief look at the history of African Americans and Black History Month. So I thought this video did a really good job, and let's talk about it afterwards.
African American history dates back to the colonial period, when Africans were brought to the colonies as slaves. Yet Black history was largely ignored by historians and the general public until the 20th century. At the forefront of the push to bring Black history into public consciousness was a scholar and son of former slaves, Dr. Carter G. Woodson.
Dr. Carter G. Woodson, Dr. Carter G. Woodson.
Born in Virginia in 1875, Carter Woodson escaped poverty through education, ultimately receiving a doctorate from Harvard University in 1912. Throughout his studies, Woodson had noticed that the role of African Americans in American history was either misrepresented or missing altogether from the history books. Determined to encourage Black studies and tell the stories of his people, he founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life in 1915. A year later, he began publishing the Journal of Negro History, now known as the Journal of African American History. Page by page, African Americans wrote themselves back into the history books. Encouraged by a swell of support, Woodson organized the first annual Negro History Week in 1926 for the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of both Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass.
Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass. That is the reason why February is Black History Month. Did we all know that? Is that again something new
I didn't know
that
that.
we learned?
And
Yeah,
Don't
and
you?
that is the reason why Black History Week, Black History Month is in February to coincide with the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln.
The civil rights movement of the 1960s reflected the growing pride and cultural identity among the black community. By the nation's bicentennial in 1976, African Americans were embracing their heritage and reminding America that black was beautiful. 26 years after Carter Woodson's death, Negro History Week became Black History Month as part of the bicentennial celebration. Dr. Carter Woodson left an indelible mark. His work ensured the long and rich histories of African Americans would never be forgotten. Black History Month continues his legacy. We honor the people and their achievements in celebration of the African American experience.
What do you think the world would have been like without Carter G. Woodson and what he did?
Not just Carter G. Woodson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the world would have missed out on the information about what blacks had done for this country and how they helped build it.
Mhm.
Yeah, because in the video they mentioned that before the 20th century, so the 1900s, that's why Carter G. Woodson noticed that and wanted to publish and share the information. So,
And there were a lot of black inventors that white people got credit for inventing, that black people invented.
Yeah.
That was one of the main things at the first Black History Conference.
Yes, we've taken a look at some black inventors in the past before, and they're amazing because some of the most common things we use today are made by African Americans. So
yeah, and they never got credit for it.
yeah, that's why again we're sharing everything and we're sharing all this knowledge together. Again, in honor of Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Without him, there would be no Black History Week, Black History Month, and a lot of the folks that we know today. The story Black History Month begins in 1915, 50 years after the 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the U.S. That September, Harvard-trained historian Carter G. Woodson and Jesse E. Moreland, a minister, founded the ASNLH. Negro History Week in 1926, the second week of February to coincide with birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. By the late 60s, Black History Month because of President Gerald Ford, so in 1976. So that's why it's 50 years for the month, but 100 years for national recognition. So from everything and everyone from Harriet Tubman, Sir Journor Truth, MLK Jr., Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, this is the time to talk about it. But of course, Black History is all year. Did you know that double NAACP was founded on February 12th, 1909, on the centennial anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln? Isn't that amazing? 100 years after the birth.
I was looking at some of the names from Black History, and I see Moreland. I wondered who Moreland was at Howard University. The library is named the Moreland Library, and one of the major buildings is named Douglass Hall for Frederick Douglass, and the dorms are named there's Harriet Tubman dorm, and the other one you just went by, I can't think of it, but anyway, they had a lot of buildings named after prominent black people in America.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for sharing. I would definitely look that up and see some more information on that person, so you could see everything they contributed to in society. So
Yeah.
that sounds like a great research topic.
Hmm.
This year's theme is a century of Black history commemorations because, again, it's 100 years for the recognition, 50 years for the month, and focus on a century of national commemorations of Black history. So, wow, we're really living in an amazing time. We've come so far in just 100 years.
Hmm.
There's still more to go
Thank you.
in a lot of ways, but we're here today because of the people that came before us.
That's right.
So it's important to honor them and to remember them and talk about them and share this information with everyone, right?
Right.
Good, good, good. All right. So taking a look at some more fun for today. Actually, before we go into this app, let's see. Let me go ahead and share my screen. This is called Black History Quiz. So let's play some trivia and see how much we know about Black history. All right. So this is going to be again in the daily email, but if you go to the App Store and you hit the search button at the top right, which is that magnifying glass, and you can hit it again for the keyboard to come up so easily. Again, if you're on iPhone, iPad, very similar, but just looking the layout may be a little bit different. And then you're going to type in the name or type of app that you want to download. Again, there are over 2 million apps and counting that you can download and try out and see. So it's right here on the left-hand side. I'm going to tap on it, hit the share button at the top right, so that way I can mail it to someone or iMessage it to someone, or I can even copy the link and then I'm going to paste it here in Zoom. We're going to go over copy paste in our Module 5 review game this afternoon. But yes, I just copied the link and pasted it into the chat. So that way you all can tap on it just like I did right here. And it takes you straight to the app where you can get it and then open it. So let's see what's going on. Let's see, very easy app to net access. It's right here. So there are 3 options that it gives you: a multiple choice, picture quiz, true or false. What do y'all want to start off with?
Multiple choice.
All right, these 2 crops had a profound effect on the slave trade: wheat and maize, soybeans and nuts, sugar and cotton, corn and rice.
Sugar and cotton.
And cotton.
Okay. Again, you see at the bottom the timer, so we got to answer it before that time goes. Yes. I hear that's pretty unanimous, and you guys are correct. Great job. Former U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, she wasn't named after the musical term Condoleezza, had an early goal of being a concert pianist, served under President Barack Obama, or was not a college professor.
Had an
Had
early
an early goal
goal
of being a concert pianist.
Pianist.
And you all are correct. Wow. I never heard of her, so that's very interesting. Thank you.
You never heard of Condoleezza Rice?
He's young. Remember, he's young.
Oh, that's right.
Check
Well,
on
again, we all
President
learned
Bush. That
something
was
new
President
today,
Bush.
Yeah, the Condoleezza was under Bush.
The 2015 biography about Beyonce was named Being Beyonce, Beyonce's Destiny, Becoming Beyonce, Beyonce Destiny Fulfilled.
The 2015
Biography.
Beyonce, being
Destiny
Beyonce.
Fulfilled. That's what I say, but I don't know.
No.
Nope, it's not that one.
It must
Being
be being
Beyonce.
Beyonce. It had
Nope.
Oh,
Beyonce's
Destiny.
No.
No.
Becoming Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Okay,
Oh
I
my
did not.
goodness, he tried them all.
That sounds like well, I've never read that or know that
anything
book.
about
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Okay. Inventor Granville T. Woods did not have patents for television technology, telephone technology, railway brake systems, battery technology. What did he not have patents for?
Television.
television technology.
Yes, good job.
Way to go,
Oh my goodness,
Tom.
y'all are killing it.
Oh,
How many
good,
black men
Tom.
voted in the 1868 USA election? None? 12,376? 2,741 over 500,000.
1868. None.
I say no.
How many black men voted in the
741.
No, that was
USA
after slavery
election?
was that was after slavery was abolished.
Make sure y'all remember.
That's over half a
2,741.
million. Over half a million.
12,000.
How about over 500,000? Is that too many?
That's enough.
It's over 500,000.
Yeah, they
All
all
right,
went out to
Gerald.
vote. I remember reading that a lot of people went out to vote after they were given the right to vote.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It
Again,
was
that's
men. Women couldn't vote.
No, men. Yeah, women couldn't vote.
Yeah. So again, just taking it all in. Just yeah. Good. PBS, Pinchback, Blank, K. Birch, and Robert Brown Elliott were members of U.S. Congress during Reconstruction. U.S. Congress during the 1960s were not congressmen.
Well, the first two are the same. We're members of
Okay.
U.S. Congress. Well, then it's that one. That's the one. We're doing Reconstruction. That's it.
Way to go, Gerald.
Oh, okay.
That's
Again,
not
we had to pick one. I didn't pick one.
You
Again,
didn't
I'm
pick
trying to
one. Well,
hear
that
many.
was the answer. I gave you the answer.
We're not sure. So let's go to picture quiz for the next one. Who is this?
Uh-oh.
When you see it, tell me.
Supreme Court Justice
Michelle
Obama.
Correct. Yeah, make sure you're taking a look at my screen, okay? We have Earl Lloyd, Ralph Emerson, Ralph Bunche, Ralph Abernathy. Who is this?
Ralph Abernathy.
Correct. Who is he?
He was a sidekick for Reverend Dr. King.
Okay.
He was his best friend.
And in the end, though, he turned on him.
Yeah, he turned on him in the end after he died.
Yes, he was a close friend and mentor of MLK. Wow, I know that's right, y'all. Good job. Okay, this is James Baldwin, Paul Robeson, Benjamin Banneker, or Guion Bluford. Who is this person?
James Baldwin.
Oh, good. And what is he known for?
He was an author.
The Fire Next Time.
He was a writer. He wrote essays and novels and plays and poems. Yes. Where was he born?
I don't know.
In England.
I can't remember where he was born.
Harlem, New York.
Oh.
Born in Harlem, 1924.
Yeah, and then he went to Europe.
Okay. Yes, good. All right, Wilma Rudolph, Mary McLeod Bethune.
Mary McLeod
Bethune. We've talked about her a couple times. What was she known for?
Education.
She was an educator.
Bethune-Cookman College. Well, they named it after her. I don't know if she was involved in it.
What did she find? What is she found?
The college, one of those colleges down in Florida.
Herself, the National Council of
the Negro
Women.
Yes, and she also established the Afro-American Women's Journal. Yes, she founded Bethune-Cookman University. Yes.
Yeah, Bethune-Cookman College University.
Good. She's they say here, one of America's most inspirational daughters. So I agree.
She's a janitor.
Richard Allen, A. Philip Randolph, H. Rap Brown, Stokely Carmichael.
Stokely Carmichael.
No, that ain't Stoke.
No, that must be Richard Allen.
H. Rap
Brown.
Oh, H. Rap Brown.
No, it has to be Richard Allen.
Yeah, I got it.
H. Rap Brown.
Because it doesn't.
No, it's not Richard Allen.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Not him.
But I didn't know.
Oh, that's Stokely. That's
That's
Stokely.
Stokely Carmichael. I told you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
you're
strange,
right.
that's a strange drawing, but that's Stokely.
That
Yes.
looked
Remember
like
that face
Stokely.
on Howard's campus, believe me.
That was him after he got older.
Yeah, something.
What was
Didn't look like
what
when
was he
was
known
young.
for?
Raising
Exactly.
hell.
Raising
Snick,
being
Oh,
Snick,
crazy.
SNLCC, Snick.
yeah.
That's Stokely Carmichael.
But he
Mhm.
was
Well,
one crazy man.
Well,
the CLC.
he played a major role in the civil rights movement and
Yes,
the
he was.
global Pan-African movement.
Well, was a founder of Snick.
And the Black Panther Party in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So again, all of these folks are so influential.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last one for this section. James Weldon Johnson, Louis T. Wright, Richard Bowie Spikes, George Washington Carver.
George
Washington
Washington Carver.
Peanut Man.
Uh-huh.
Peanut Man.
And what's he known for?
Peanuts.
Peanuts
Yes.
and found the Tuskegee Institute.
Amen.
Because he also died in Tuskegee. He was 79 years old. So he lived a long life.
Lived a long life, and he worked wonders with the peanut.
And he was born into slavery.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
He helped a lot of farms.
I know that's right, y'all. Y'all know your history. I know that's
well, we
good.
lived in an awesome time. That was an awesome time that we lived in. That we grew up
lived in an age of change, which
yes,
is good.
yes, age of change.
I love that. All right, true or false? Lewis Temple invented a toggle harpoon and capture salmon.
I have no idea.
What?
I must say true.
A toggle harpoon to capture Solomon.
No,
The hell was Solomon?
Salmon. I think it's just you got to look what it says. It's probably a mistype.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the hell
Lewis.
Solomon is.
Yeah, Lewis.
False.
Jazz composer Jelly Roll Morton was born in New Orleans, Louisiana.
That sounds true.
True. Y'all think it's true?
True.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
They used to have a sign on his house.
Okay. Susan Rice was the first African American woman to be ambassador to the United Nations.
That sounds true.
True.
Not a history.
Who's heard of Susan Rice?
True.
Where was she born?
In Washington, D.C.
Good. Yeah, and that's yes, she is the first.
Go Geraldine. Go Geraldine.
True. Yes, she was born in D.C. and she is 61 years old.
She was on TV yesterday.
Yeah, she's amazing. Rosa Parks was a special assistant to U.S. Congressman John Conyers for 25 years.
I think that's false.
What?
True.
John Conyers for 25
True. I think
years.
that's true.
True.
Is that true?
True. I'm saying it. I don't know.
Special assistant to U.S. Congress.
I remember her.
I never heard that. I never heard of that.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
I never heard of that before. That's the first I heard of that.
Yeah, she worked for him for many years before she died.
In 1964, Rosa Parks volunteered on his campaign to represent Michigan's 1st congressional district. After he won, he hired Rosa in March 1965 to work in his Detroit office as a receptionist.
Oh, she worked in the Detroit office.
That one.
Well, she could have worked in the Detroit office and we wouldn't know it. Yeah, she could have done that.
And she was an administrative assistant. She answered phones, met visitors, handled constituent cases, assisted scheduling. She retired in 1988.
Yeah. Well, that sounds
so. About 25 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing. With everything that she did. It really puts, they work so hard to, be able to do the things that we do today. Eric Holder was not the first African American to serve as U.S. Attorney General. Was not the first. Is that true or false?
He was not, which means he was.
False.
So that must be false.
Okay, so you're saying he was?
I think he was the first African American to serve as
Everyone agree? Or was that true?
False.
I think that's false.
Okay, it's false. Yeah, he was the first. He was the first. He was a senior legal advisor to Barack Obama.
Yes.
And he was born in 51, so he is
What a
75
year.
years old.
It was quite a year, 51. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
51. Okay.
Yeah, good
Hell of a
job.
year,
Okay, last one. Oprah Winfrey was not the first African American woman to host a national television talk show in the USA.
That's
True.
false.
She was not the first.
True.
She was not the first. No, she was the first.
I'd say false.
I do too.
I think she was the first.
I think she was the first, but I might be wrong.
And that is, you guys are correct. That is, she was the first.
I
I
thought
know that's
Diana
right.
Carroll had a talk show.
Good job, folks. You all did amazing. You got like 95, 99%. That's a
Oh, that's
A in my
good.
book.
Yes.
But I love it. You all answered and you all know your history.
And this morning on Fox, they announced that George Crumb, C-R-U-M, invented the potato chip.
Oh, really?
That was announced.
Again, there's so many African American inventors, so
It was on Channel 4 too.
Great job. Great job, everyone. And I hope you all learned something new as well. I learned a lot. Please share with others. We're also going to take a look at before our next app, some more information. So DC Public Library does an amazing job of showcasing Black History Month events. So make sure that you check these upcoming events out. And they have so many here. So let's take a look at this website. Again, it's on the DCPL app, so make sure you check that out on your device, the DCPL app. If you go to dclibrary.org, the link in the chat, you can also access this information. So this shows all the Black History Month events. So they have lectures. So this is here today, MLK. They have, and then you see they're for all age groups. So this one's adults and teens. This one's for kids. This is a live game show today at 7 at MLK. This looks really fun. Historically Black phrases live. This looks to be fun if you can attend that today, tomorrow, and you can see where. So these three are at MLK. This one tomorrow is at Shaw, creating masks with Louis Duval. It says kids, but that's really cool. Learning about Cubism and African masks. So if you know any little ones, you could go tomorrow and make some masks before our movie.
I can get out of my house.
There's at West End. There's a film series, sneaker scavenger hunt in Mount Pleasant all day on Saturday. Wow, look at all this stuff. Colors, love, history. Create your very own heart art piece in both celebration of love and Black history. This is Northwest One Library here at Lamont Riggs. I mean, it's amazing. You can really see what's going on across the city. There's a lot of great DCPL events, so make sure you check those out. Here's another app for today. It's called Bet You Didn't Know. So let's take a look at it together. Bet you didn't know. It's basically, again, just if you wanted to look at some Black history, maybe some things that you didn't know in the past, this is the app to get. So let's again go to the App Store. I hope you've been downloading some apps that we've gone over, especially that Solitaire or that we've played, or that word chain game. Hope you all have been downloading and checking those out. Okay, bet you didn't know. Sometimes you kind of have to type in the specific thing. There you go. Bet you didn't know. Here on the right-hand side. And I'm going to copy the link and then I'll paste it in just a minute. But let's take a look at it together. So, people, look at that. Look at all the information here. There's a map. You can look at things by the map. Look at all the people here that you can learn about. All in one app. There's a timeline that they have here, but I like looking at the people. So, Madam C.J. Walker. Let's take a look. I got my start by giving myself a start. Mm. What do you all think of that phrase? And we know about Madam C.J. Walker.
Yeah,
I got my start.
that was her biography was on Netflix a couple of years ago. I saw that.
I got my start by giving myself a start. That's what she did, right?
By giving myself a start.
The first female self-made millionaire in cosmetics and hair care. She was born December 23rd, 1867. She had 5 siblings. She was the first child in her family to be born free. She became an orphan when her parents passed away when she was 7. She was sent to live with her sister. In St. Louis, she became a washerwoman and only earned $1.50 a day. Maybe that was a lot back then, but now that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Very true, right? She hired Annie Turnbow Malone as a successful Black hair care product entrepreneur, and she moved to Denver, Colorado. Wow. Again, lots of things. Yeah, her life was portrayed in 2020 Netflix TV show Self-Made. She passed away May 25th, 1919 at age 51.
Yeah, before my daddy died, I was born.
51 years old. Wow. Her house became a National Historic Landmark in 1976. In 1998, the U.S. Postal Service issued a stamp of Walker as part of its Black Heritage series. Wow. If I could ask her one question, I would ask, why did you find it important to teach other women to be businesswomen too? My favorite quote from Miss Walker is, I got my start by giving myself a start. I like this quote because it's the truth. If no one wants to give you a chance, give yourself a chance. It might be hard, but I'm sure it will be worth it. That's so true. You gotta root for yourself. No matter what, right?
Yeah.
So she does this app. This is from a series of podcasts. So if I hit listen on Apple Podcasts, it even takes me straight to the podcast app. And wow, look, they have a whole series here that again you can listen to that are from these here. Just what we just read is what she had shared in the podcast. So it's always important to look at different sources, but that's pretty amazing.
Her granddaughter was on a talk show called Portia. I don't know if y'all know about her show. Come on at 12:30 at night on Channel 5. And her granddaughter say, my grandmother didn't invent the straightening comb. She say people be saying that, but she didn't. She produced hair products for your hair. But she never invented the straightening comb. But she said who it was that did, but she said it wasn't my grandmother.
Yeah, well, yes, the film with I think Octavia Spencer, with talking about Madam C.J. Walker and I remember that. So it was definitely the product. I remember the movie showcasing how she made made and created the product. So
right.
Yes. I love that. Again, this month, but every month is the chance to learn more about.
He was taking the trash out, Rango.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to Zoom and paste this link for this chat. I just scrolled over Katherine Johnson, from NASA. Black history is American history. Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Sure
Hell yeah.
As we see, just in this past half hour, DC Black History has its own website where you can see other events in DC here. There's actually a guide, which is amazing. So make sure you check this link here in the chat. But this is a whole organization, DC Black History. right here in DC. DC Black History Celebration Committee. So they are here, right here in DC. I was so surprised to learn about them last year. So if I go here to the PDF of events, so there's an event guide. Look at all the different events here in DC. Always double check though, because things do happen, but look at this. Through February 28th, Zenith Gallery, a Black History Month art exhibit at 1429 Irish Street Northwest. A century of Black History commemorations. Again, that's the theme of this year's Black History Month. And they have a display from the 3rd to the 28th at the Library of Congress on 10 First Street in Southeast. They have the links as well, so you could always take a look at the events. So looky here, Thomas Jefferson Building, small display. And you can get your passes. Timed entry passes are required to enter the Library of Congress. So you would hit get passes, and then you're able to get those passes, which I love. Looky here, February. Let's go to today, February 4th. Black Phrases Live at MLK, so a live game show. On tomorrow, there's again Library of Congress display. On Friday, there is Youth for Human Rights Art Impact International, First Friday Art Walk DuPont. Okay, Ford's Theater. Okay, we know where Ford's Theater is at, right? Written then spoken now, remaking the Republic, another event. Yeah, Colors of Comedy Showcase, a live jazz showcase, both in Silver Spring. New jazz artists dedicated to memory of Velma Middleton. Okay. Lots of things on Saturday. Black Wall Street Renaissance, 12 to 6, Capitol Heights, Maryland. Oh my goodness, look at this. Lots of great options. Jazz Soul Brunch, Busboys and Poets on MLK Southeast. Jazz Arts Institute, the history of blues music, nothing but the blues. This is Sunday. That would be pretty interesting. Free event. Look at all this. Look at all these events. Wow. Look at that. Zenith Gallery. It's a Mid-Atlantic Jazz Festival. That sounds pretty fun.
Go back to the 7th. Go back to the 7th again, Alex.
Okay, so the 7th, so that's this Saturday.
Busboys and Poets.
Okay.
The contact name is significant on that February 7th at Busboys and Poets. Keith Kilgo. He was with Donald Byrd and the Blackbirds from Howard University.
That's right.
Well, that is, this is the time to take a look and see what's going on.
I'm going to contact him and go down there too.
Yeah, wow.
The 7th, that Friday?
Yeah.
7th, well, again, take a look at the link in the chat so you can see the ones, okay?
Yeah, Keith Kilgo as the contact.
But the 7th is Saturday, so you make sure you check out the chat and the link, okay, Mr. Ronald?
Oh, I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna check him out. They were one of my favorite
for this
groups.
PDF, but also the website here. I put both links in the chat, so make sure you all check it out. Wow, again, all events for Black History Month, so make sure you check it out. See what's going on. This one looks really cool. The 100th annual ASALH Black History Luncheon. That looks pretty amazing on the last day of February. All right. Anyone going to check out some of these events? We're aware of them or learned about them? This one right here, Celebration of DC Black Theater. That one looks really cool. UMD Jazz Jam.
That should help.
What do y'all think of these events?
They're great. They're great.
It's amazing how far we have come.
Anyone gonna check some of these events out?
Yes.
Wow. And there's way more, but I love, that they have this document here for all of them ready, so please make sure you check it out and confirm, okay? But I love it. Good job. Let's see, our last app for today is one of my favorites that we've talked about a lot, but I love it because it showcases African American heritage sites. So if you want to take a look at some landmarks and museums and trails and other historic places throughout the US, not just in DC, this is the app that you can utilize. Again, African American sites. So again, if you want to do a whole tour, visit a whole, learn about a museum, this is the app to access. You can also, if you want to share an app that, you've already downloaded, you can hold the app and hit share app. That way you can copy it, again, send it by mail, by message, and be able to share it with others. So this is the last app for today. Again, if you tap on it, it takes you straight to the app. Open it, and this is African American sites. This app gives you more than 2,000 African American National Historic landmarks, military sites, museums, and other historic places. So you can see at the bottom there is the toolbar. So if I go to tours, you can look at different tours, either heritage trails, endangered historic places, museums, or national historic landmarks and monuments. The third option is just about the app, so you can just learn about how the app works and who made it. My favorite is this state or territory. Look at that. No matter what state you want to look at, you can see all the historic Black landmarks and places across the US. So look, let's start off at home here in DC. So again, you can tap on any of them and learn about them. Okay. Yeah, so if you go to the tours and you hit that map button at the top right, you can see things based on the map, which I think is amazing. DC, looky here. All these historic places. Of course, we're DC, we're the capital. There's going to be a lot going on, right? So please take a look through and see which one you want to take a look at. Something new that you've never seen before, you're interested in. What do you want to take a look at?
Yeah, and then you have it.
What do you all want to take a look at?
Let's look at M Street High School.
Okay, M Street High School. Okay, also known as Perry School. It's a historic former school building located in the northwest quadrant of Washington, D.C. We know where the Perry School is at?
Mm-hmm.
Perry School, yes. So this school was founded in 1870 as the preparatory high school for Black youth, also called Washington High School. Between 1870 and 1891, it was located in several makeshift locations. But in 1890, Congress appropriated $112,000 to build a permanent school, and the building on M Street was designed by Thomas Entwistle from the Office of Building Inspector and built from 1890 to 1891. So a year. That's pretty fast. It was one of the nation's first high schools for African Americans and represents an important development of Washington's education system. The African American community had to fight for quality education in the city. The dual school system created disparities in facilities, grounds, architectural design, and size, but it provided a rigorous curriculum and an extraordinary faculty because of the limited professional opportunities for African Americans. Look at that.
Oh, Cardozo. Oh,
Robert H. Terrell, but look, many teachers.
Anna J.
Carter
Cooper.
G. Woodson.
Oh,
He was a teacher here in DC. He taught French, Spanish, English, and history. That's amazing. I mean, all the things that he knew, that's one intelligent man. Christian Fleetwood, recipient of Medal of Honor. A high percentage of college graduates. They sent graduates to Harvard, Yale, and Brown. Wow. It's now a community center. Is that right? Perry School is now a community center? Yes, Perry School, community services. The Perry Center is a nonprofit organization dedicated to serving thousands of adults and youth every year. Hmm. Any thoughts on the Perry School? What do you all think? Did you learn something new?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, would you look at the Lucy Diggs Slow?
Okay, I've never heard of her. Lucy Diggs Slow. So Lucy Diggs Slow Elementary School first opened in 1945 in response to a lawsuit against segregated schooling in DC. John Preston Davis attempted to enroll his 5-year-old son at Noyes Elementary School.
Mm-hmm.
In 1924, he was rejected based upon race. Mr. Davis, a Harvard Law School graduate and co-founder of the National Black Congress, pursued legal action against DC public schools. His son would have been required to walk 17 blocks to school despite being less than half a mile from 4 all-white schools. After a legal battle involving discussions of home rule, race, and constitutionality, the U.S. Congress allotted $44,000 to build a school for the Black residents of Brooklyn in 1944. So basically, from what I'm reading, is instead of just allowing
That's
them to
right.
go to the school,
They built a school.
They built a
they
school.
spent $44,000 to build a school.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm not
wonder-
mad at that, but
Mm-hmm.
he could have just went, or that's what we think now, right? But
Yes. And they have a dormitory named after her on
Yeah.
Howard University.
Yes,
Campus.
Slow
Yeah.
Hall. Slow
Yes.
Hall.
Uh-huh.
I lived in Slow Hall. Yes, yes.
Yes. And she was one of the founders of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which was the first Black, sorority.
Mm-hmm.
A temporary school building opened in 1945 as the Crummell School Annex at 1325 Jackson Street Northeast. The Board of Education approved renaming the new school after Lucy Diggs Slow, a prominent DC educator who worked as a public school principal and professor
At Howard University.
The school officially opened in 1948. There was a concrete structure with precast concrete decorative paneling. The space had 5 available classrooms and capacity for 180 pupils.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And near it was, the Slow Burrill House. They both, Lucy Diggs Slow and Mary Burrell, both lived there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Wow, she also, as you said, Yvonne, no, that's right, Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Sorority.
Howard's first dean of women in 1922.
22.
Slow was the first woman to win the she was a tennis player, American Tennis Association Women's Single Championship in 1970. Wow.
Yes,
amazing.
that's another thing people don't know about her tennis
Mm-hmm.
prowess.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
So yes, let's do one in another state. So what state do you want to do a couple more to end our session together? What state, y'all?
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay. Well, I was born in Georgia, so let's take a look. Let's take a look. Again, wherever you're from or where you have visited, you can really learn a lot. So, oh wow, I have not taken a look at this one. 229 Auburn Avenue. Let's see if we recognize any names.
Ashbury Church.
Any names? Black Heritage Museum, Butler Street,
No.
Camilla Zach.
Booker T. Washington High School.
Ebenezer.
Okay. Wow, of course, yeah. Booker T. Wow. Let's see that. Let's see, Eleanor Roosevelt School. That's interesting. And just taking a look at these. First African Baptist Church in Savannah. That's pretty cool. Girard. We have a Girard too here.
Mm-hmm.
Again, looking all the names. Hiram Wozenwald. Never heard of them. Jackson Morrison, Jack Hadley. I think I've heard of Jack Hadley before. MLK has
Martin Luther King Historic District.
more in building. Oh my goodness, look at Georgia. So full of history.
Pleasantville.
Of course, Spelman. We know Spelman. St. Bartholomew's Church. Yeah, Tubman African American Museum, Thomas Jefferson Elder High and Industrial School, Washington Carver Homes, Zion Baptist Church. We have one here too in DC.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay. Which one do you want to take a look at?
Well, Julius Rosenwald helped build thousands of schools for Blacks. Julius Rosenwald.
Oh, okay. I'm looking here. I don't see his name.
And he was instrumental in the origin of Sears Roebuck.
Okay. Anyone?
Payne
Thank
College.
you. What'd you say, Gracie?
Payne College, right there.
Oh, Payne College Historic District.
I attended that college.
Oh, Augusta, Georgia. Okay.
Mhm.
Represent one of the few institutions of higher education created by a biracial board of trustees. Payne College Historic District was founded historically important on the state level. Methodist Episcopal Church founded a goal of educating African American youth. It was a co-educational school. Beginnings of the college go back to Reconstruction. Federal monetary assistance to African American education came from the Freedmen's Bureau. Wow. Okay. The district. This Payne College.
But it was nice.
Okay. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. That's something new, Gracie. I didn't know that. Look at all these ones. I'm a little interested in these Washington Carver homes. Because, George Washington Carver is a federal aid housing sector in East Point, Georgia, single extant representative example of low-rise multi-unit public housing complexes developed in the 30s and 50s. It is a physical record of racial segregation and Jim Crow era policies and how these manifested during the mid-20th century in East Point. All right. Well, again, going to let's go to Hawaii just real quick. Let's take a look at Hawaii. Even Hawaii has some. Obama Hawaiian Africana Museum, AADCCH. It was founded in 97 as a museum repository to archive 200 years of African descent history in Hawaii. Wow. Look at that. Late 1800s. So you get a whole Hawaii history here as well. Many people of African ancestry came to Hawaii aboard merchant and whaling ships. Throughout the age of sail, Black hands maneuvered white sails traversing the ocean waterways. In Hawaii, Blacks were free to go ashore without harassment. Dozens of them jumped ship in Hawaii, their home. They were welcomed by the Hawaiian people. Wow, I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Y'all like this app? You're gonna check out any of the apps today? Hope y'all enjoyed and learned something new. Any thoughts on our session today? I do have one quick video to end us off, but just think of these questions. What is one new fact that you learned today? What apps are you interested in trying out? How Black artists, musicians, writers have influenced mainstream culture? And why do you think, again, learning about Black history and Black History Month is so important? And just take a second for those thoughts. But this is MLK Jr. on Overcoming Fear. What do I always say? You can do anything you put your mind to. Again, you're never too old or young to learn. Learning's for everyone. So again, think about those questions before, but this is MLK Jr. on Overcoming Fear.
I must confess that there are those moments when I feel a sense of inadequacy as a symbol. It is never easy for one to accept the role of symbolism without going through constant moments of self-examination. And I must confess that there are moments when I begin to wonder whether I am adequate or whether I'm able to face all of the challenges and even the responsibilities of this particular position. I don't think anyone in a situation like this can go through it without confronting moments of real fear. But I have always had something that gave me an inner sense of assurance and an inner sense of security in the final analysis, even in the moments of loneliness. Something ultimately came to remind me that in this struggle, because it is basically right, because it is a thrust forward to achieve something not just for Negro people, but something that will save the whole of mankind. And when I have come to see these things, I always felt a sense of cosmic companionship, so that the loneliness and the fear have faded away because of a greater feeling of security, because of commitment to a moral ideal. Well, in my days in Atlanta as a child, there was a pretty strict system of segregation. For instance, I could not use the swimming pool, so that for a long time I could not go in swimming until the YMCA was built, a Negro YMCA, and they had a swimming pool there. But certainly a Negro child in Atlanta could not go to any public park. I could not go to the so-called white schools. There were separate schools. And I attended a high school in Atlanta, which was the only high school for Negroes in the city. And this was a real problem because in Atlanta there are more than 200,000 Negroes.
Thank you.
In many of the stores downtown, to take another example, I could not go to a lunch counter to buy a hamburger, a cup of coffee, or something like that. I could not attend any of the theaters. Only there were one or two Negro theaters. They were very small, but they did not get the main pictures. If they got them, they were 2 years late or 3 years late. So that by and large, there was a very strict system of segregation, and there was nothing called racial integration at that time in Atlanta. Well, I started out as a pastor in Montgomery, Alabama, which is a state that adjoins the state of Georgia. After I finished my graduate work in Boston, I returned to Montgomery to pastor a church. After I had been in Montgomery about a year, we had the problem there of facing many indignities and injustices on the city buses. And on the 5th of December, in 1955, a Negro woman was arrested, Mrs. Rosa Parks, for refusing to give up her seat for a boarding white male passenger. I think I could say safely that more than 99% of the Negro people of Montgomery rose up with a bit of indignation, a righteous indignation, I would say. And this led to the bus boycott. The Negro citizens decided not to ride the buses until these conditions were changed. They asked me to serve as a spokesman and the president of the Montgomery Improvement Association, and from this time, I found myself in a leadership position in the civil rights struggle.
And the bus boycott was, of course, a startling success under your leadership.
Yes, we struggled for 381 days, but at the end of that, we returned to thoroughly integrated buses, and they are integrated today in Montgomery.
Any thoughts? Any thoughts? He just spoke so well and so eloquently, and really showcasing the struggle and how he lived, and and it makes me think, wow, I'm so grateful that we can do all the things that he couldn't when
I love hearing that man speak.
Born to be who he was.
Does anybody remember the name of the hamburger place that used to have a window black people could walk. They built some in black neighborhoods that you could walk up and buy a hamburger and fries. Was it White Castle?
Inside.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Little Tavern, was it?
I can't remember if it was Little Tavern or the White Castle.
I think it was White Tower. White Tower.
In my part was.
It was White what?
White Tower, I believe. TOWER.
I know there was a White Castle built in. It was near River Terrace, and they set that place on fire one time. But I knew it was White something.
Yeah, White Tower.
I remember I was a little girl, and I remember somebody talking about it. But at the time, I was a little girl. You could go places and sit down.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing, Anne. And just any other thoughts on the session today? What is one new fact that you learned today? What apps are you interested in trying out? Again, bet you didn't know the African American trails and museums and landmarks. How have Black people, artists, musicians, writers influenced culture? And again, just any other thoughts for the session today? Again, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think that we can't allow the country to erase Black history.
No.
Just in Philadelphia, the federal government under Trump closed the slavery exhibit in the federal government's. I don't know what agency it came under, but they had an exhibit about slavery, and the FBI came in and dismantled that exhibit last week, and the Philadelphia went to court. They filed a lawsuit to bring the exhibit back.
Okay.
Well,
thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate that. Hope you download some of these apps, Geraldine.
I'll download some of the apps. I enjoyed the apps, and I enjoyed the session today. I learned a lot and was reminded of a lot based on the apps that you showed. Thank you for showing the apps.
My pleasure,
Thank you
Geraldine.
for showing the whole thing. It was very interesting.
It sure was.
And I
much.
thought I knew a lot, but I learned a lot too.
Well, we all learn something new every day. If you learn at least one new thing today, then I'm happy. I learned a lot with you all. This is what we do. You gotta learn together and share the info together. So thank you so much. Any other thoughts for today?
My thoughts are, and I've become very dismayed and almost pissed off at the fact that while I was in school, none of these facts, figures were in our history books.
That's right.
That's right. Our learning classes. We never learned a lot of this stuff. But I'm encouraged, very encouraged that today our young students and our young people are privy to a lot of this information that I never learned in elementary school and junior high school. But by the time I got to high school in the late 60s, when the revolution took over, we learned a lot about Black history and learned how to stand up for ourselves. But my main interest to this day is for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. I went to the Howard University bookstore and I brought all of them Bibles by Professor James Hope Felder, who has pictures in the Bible of how Black folks really looked, how the disciples looked, how Jesus looked. And it's very important for them to know that everything wasn't lily white in that Bible, how the Bible is traditionally cockeyed to one side or another. But just to remember back when I was in elementary school at Walker Jones in Northeast, Northwest, at Henley Elementary in Southeast, Simon Elementary, Hart Junior High, until I got to Ballou, when the revolution started taking place, when Stokely Carmichael had people up in arms and was telling Dr. King that his method of nonviolence wasn't the right way. that's when I started to learn about Black history.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes.
So we've come a long way from the time
Yeah.
when this little black boy was born in 1951
Yeah.
to now, and how all of this information is relevant. And I pour over all the inventors and educators and architects and everybody who have contributed and were not noted when I was coming up. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for listening.
That's good, Ronald.
Better late than, well, not better late than never, but that's why we're here and we're learning, and again, learn at any age, and you have all the resources. So, Mr. Ronald, I hope you download some of these apps and share the info with your family and your community. That's what we're here for. Okay? You're gonna check out some of these apps?
Yep.
All right. Well, hopefully you all, check them out and discuss, and then that way when you all come on, you can all talk about, oh, I learned about this place and this place. So,
and Alex, I wanted to say I learned a lot today as well.
Yeah.
But I think when, in addition to these apps, you might supplement your learning by looking at the public broadcasting systems programming.
Of course. I mean, TV, books, online, internet, technology. You got to look at things from many different angles, and
but especially PBS.
Of course.
I learned a lot looking at it last night. They did Henry Louis Gates did the history of Brittany Griner, the basketball player who was
Finding Your Roots is amazing, and all the other shows.
And I learned so much just from looking at that instead of commercial TV, where you just hear the same stuff over and over again.
I love Skip Gates. Skip Gates is a bad man. That's a bad man.
Well, again, thank you so much, Yvonne. I hope you download and share these apps with others.
Absolutely. I've got great grands, and I'm going to send them some of these apps.
Good.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all again so much. I must go, but please review and rewind this video on our channel. And again, 12 o'clock, we'll be looking at some more origins of Black history across the world. And at 1:30, we're going to have our module review game. But once again, it was a pleasure to present, and hope you learned something new. And make sure you all come on at 12. I'll see you all soon.
All right.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you. Good stuff again, Alex. Good stuff.
My pleasure.
Enjoyed it.
See you all at 12.
Good job.
Get your lunch ready.
All right. See you later.
Thank you. You all did amazing.
Good to see you again, Angie.
Angie
Robinson, good to know you're still with us.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.